So I've been getting emails every day from brands offering me free stuff, which I really want to accept, but I can't. Because what they actually want is for me to post a detailed video reviewing their product. And I can't really just upload a bunch of random product reviews to my channel because I wanted like a beanbag and a sword. So clearly I have no choice. My only option is to accept absolutely every single offer I receive and figure out a plan so I don't have to post a bunch of dumb videos which would almost certainly kill my channel. So that's exactly what I've done. We've already established that I want the stuff, but I don't want to post a bunch of videos reviewing said stuff. Conventional wisdom would have you believe that I should therefore just buy it with my own money. Conventional wisdom is dumb and wrong. I don't know what world conventional wisdom's living in right now, but I don't have hundreds or thousands of dollars to blow on what is quite possibly garbage. I'm working with like tens of dollars in my bank account right now. So we've had to get a little bit crafty here. Instead of creating a bunch of little videos, I'm gonna make one big video reviewing everything. But Jamie, are you even allowed to do that? Well, thank you so much for asking, because that really helps me segue to the next part of this video. There is one key detail which makes this entire plan, and thus this entire video, possible. Or at least possible without me becoming the biggest sellout of all time. Normally when brands and creators work together, they sign a contract. It's full of a bunch of legal stuff talking about money, products, and what the creator can and can't say. And that makes sense if you're a brand spending a lot of money to work with a creator with a big audience. But I am in fact not a big creator. I am a micro-influencer. And yes, that is a disgusting but somehow real term. And that puts me in this weird gray area where it's worth it for a brand to send me something, but it's not worth the time, effort, or money to write a contract. So technically, I don't even have to make this video. I mean, I am, because I think it's a fun concept and I shouldn't scam brands just because I'm able to, but it also means I can say whatever I want. If something sucks, I can and will say that. I could say it was endorsed by Jeffrey Epstein. They can't stop me. Anyways, I've already been sent 3 of the products for this video, so let's go take a look at those. So these are the first 3 things that I've been sent, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm very nervous. I genuinely have no idea how this will go, but I really hope that these things don't suck, because it means I did all of this for just some garbage. Garbage? This ain't garbage. It's the
cambofoto
73-inch tripod. And you know it's good because the brand name looks made up, yet somehow it still looks like it has a typo. Aside from the name and the man disassociating in the product photos, this actually seems like a pretty straightforward tripod. It's priced pretty fairly at like 30 bucks, and it also features a monopod, which is something they've told me 45 times. I actually feel weirdly qualified to review a tripod just because of how many I've used throughout the years. And I do have to say it does not bode well for this that it doesn't actually sit flat. Am I missing something? Alright, so all of my journalistic integrity is now gone. There are these feet that are supposed to screw onto the bottom that I left in the travel case. I actually feel weirdly qualified to review a tripod. Yeah, that's my bad. Look, I know I'm probably the one to blame here, but in my defense, I had to assemble half of this, and I'm not good at that. And so really, who's to blame? Me or the people who had faith in me? I feel like the best way for me to actually test this would be for me to make the rest of this video using it. So aside from this current shot, everything else will be done using this tripod. Next up, it's poppin' time. Opopop, gourmet popcorn that lives up to the hype. Whatever that means. Opopop sent me their flavor-wrapped kernel discovery kit, which includes the microwave popping bowl and 7 packets of their top flavors. The kernels all come pre-seasoned, and they come in flavors like salty caramel, fancy butter, pickle monster, and Cinnalicious. According to their website, each packet makes 9 cups, but mine only made popcorn. The Discovery Kit costs $45 and refills start at $16, so it's definitely a little more expensive, but I will remind you it is gourmet, and also I didn't have to pay for it. Well, look, I'm gonna go make 7 bags of popcorn now, so I'll be right back. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think it would take a reasonable amount of time to make 7 bags of popcorn? Well, so did I. It took like an hour and a half, which is not opopop's fault, but it is something that Big Microwave doesn't want you to know. Did most of the popcorn get kinda cold? Absolutely. Did I film this 2 hours before I had to leave for a wedding? Yes. So did that massive delay mean that I couldn't properly review the popcorn and now I'm doing it in post? That's actually exactly what's going on. But first, a popcorn montage. It's like a cinnamon twist of popcorn. I'm not normally a caramel guy, but this is making me reconsider. I was also sent it for free, so... This one had a really unique smell, and I made it last, so now that is just how my house smells. Wow. Wow, that was great. Maui Heat sucks. Sorry, I just kind of had to reassure you that I can say whatever I want here. Maui Heat's a bad flavor. I didn't like it at all. It's very artificial, and as a guy who loves artificial flavors, I'm sure the opopop marketing team's a big fan of me starting with my least favorite part of their product. Yeah, so Maui Heat, not a fan of that flavor at all. Test launch was also bland, but I think that's how it's supposed to be. The 2 butter flavors they sent me are actually pretty good, but that's kind of the bare minimum for popcorn. Like if you're a gourmet popcorn company, that's a bar you have to clear. Okay, you guys are gonna call me a sellout. I did like the caramel, it was actually really good. Cinnalicious, also a pretty fun time. And like Pickle Monster was weird, but ultimately I think was alright. I think I'm just kind of dancing around what the real problem with this is. It's so expensive. Like, it's really good, and I'd be hyped if they sent this to me forever. But like, I've got student loan debt, man. I can't be paying these prices for popcorn. Also, they're probably not going to send me any more because how bad I dogged on Maui Heat, so that sucks. Yeah, so I guess if you're just not a broke bitch like me, it's actually good popcorn, and you'd probably get it a lot. I actually kind of like the Discovery Kit as like a Christmas present for a mildly distant relative. Like maybe not your MAGA uncle, but possibly your Antifa aunt. So quality wise, I'm going to give this a big gold star. But as for the price, why don't you see me after class? Next up, we have the gamesir G7 Pro. Pro by nature, performance reimagined. What? The G7 Pro is a 3-in-1 Xbox, PC, and mobile controller, and also pretty much the main reason I made this video. I play a lot of games on my PC, and sometimes I like using a controller. But the one I have now is like 10 years old, and it's all mangled, so the cord doesn't stay in it, and then it disconnects. I've tried for the life of me to get it to work wirelessly, which it will not do. But I can't really just use a different controller because I got really used to these special buttons it has on the back. And to buy a new one of these controllers, it's like $150, which really just is not worth it. So when gamesir offered to send me one, and it worked wirelessly on PC, and it had the buttons on the back, I started salivating like one of Pavlov's dogs. And it also only cost like $80, which I feel like is actually a pretty good deal. I decided to test this controller by playing the most competitive game that I know, Lego Star Wars.
Skywalker? I hardly know her.
Unfortunately, I couldn't actually play it for that long because Padme was busy nagging my ear off.
Any chance you could save me?
We're working on it, lady.
So instead, I decided to play something a little bit more laid back. Ranked Rocket League. I'm actually very good at Rocket League, one of the best, they say, which I demonstrated by immediately scoring a goal.
Still got it.
Even though I hadn't played the game in 3 years, my talents came back in less than a minute. I'm just that good. Somehow, despite my incredible talents, my opponent managed to score soon after.
Nope. Okay.
Which can only be explained in one way. The controller sucks. If you actually slow down the footage, you can see that I was nowhere near saving this ball. But that doesn't make any sense because I'm very good at Rocket League, along with pretty much every other aspect of my life. Although, sometimes I do care too much. And also I shoplift. So pretty much the only explanation I have is that this controller kinda sucks. And that was pretty much emphasized by the way it gave up another goal pretty soon after the first.
Okay, this guy's clearly hacking.
And also like 7 more.
Okay.
Actually, on a real note, my opponent started giving me pointers mid-game, which that was pretty tough. Thankfully, game 2 was much closer, but I still found myself trailing in the last minute and trying to mount a comeback. And it was looking pretty good.
Yes! Come on! Plenty of time.
For about 15 seconds.
How did that happen?
But if there's one thing I'm known for, it's probably the warrant that's out for my arrest. But if there's two things I'm known for, it's the warrant and my determination. Because I scored, and I was once again on the cusp of one of the greatest comebacks in Rocket League history. Are you kidding me? Game 3 went remarkably better. Turns out the controller had actually been disconnected the entire time, and I was playing through sheer willpower. I actually started to run up the score quite a bit, so I decided to give some pointers like my first opponent did for me. What can I say? I'm just a nice guy. And I can already tell that some of you probably think that this player's a bot, and they're not. They're actually the number 2 ranked player in the world. So what are my thoughts on the controller? It's pretty sick. I'm a big fan, I really am. I know it sounds like I'm selling out. I like the controller. Sue me. Don't sue me. I really have no clue how good it is for mobile or Xbox, so I don't know, ask somebody else. But this is my favorite controller I've ever used on my computer. And I know it's gonna sound like I'm glazing, and that's because I am. Like, this might be a good controller, or it might just be like when your uncle who's had a flip phone his whole life finally gets an iPhone. Like my old PC controller, like it wanted to die so bad, but I wouldn't let it. Then Shane from gamesir sends me the sketchiest email that turns out to be real, and now my life is saved. I don't know. I really like it. If you play PC games, I would really recommend it if you want like a controller. And if you don't play PC games, I'd recommend Shane as a friend because he seems like a really cool dude. Quality-wise, 2 gold stars. Price-wise, 3 gold stars. They sent it to me for free. Well, actually, I guess that's not how I can judge these on. Price-wise, I'll give it just 1 gold star. Out of how many gold stars? I don't know. What are you, a cop? So thank you, Shane. Thank you, gamesir. Next product. So we've got a pretty big problem. For some reason, I have seemingly stopped receiving new offers, and I don't know why. Ever since I was sent those first items, I have gotten pretty much no offers, and of the offers I have got, I've been ghosted by all of them. To be honest, when I came up with the idea for this video, it didn't occur to me that they would ghost me. I kinda just thought if they were emailing me offering a thing, if I responded saying yes, then they'd send it. Apparently not. So basically, I'm in a very difficult situation right now. I need this video to be finished pretty soon because I told those brands I would post a video featuring their product. Which is true, that is what I'm trying to do here. But as of right now, I don't have enough things to actually make the video. So I keep having to string these brands along, telling them I'm working on it and I will let them know when I'm ready to post the video. So the longer that I do that, the longer it seems like I'm scamming them and I'm not actually gonna post a video, and I risk getting blacklisted from the directories where these companies find me. And I don't want to be blacklisted because obviously I like free things, but more importantly, if I get blacklisted, I probably will never be able to get enough items to make this video. Also, I should clarify, I have no clue what these directories are because they're mostly Chinese. So basically, I really need to find some brands who are willing to send me some stuff, and I need to find them fast. I've already tried reaching out to old companies that emailed me, and that has been completely unsuccessful. I guess they thought I ghosted them, so now they're ghosting me. It's toxic. So I think I have to change up my approach, and I need to go on the offensive. I am gonna figure out where these companies are finding my information from, and I am gonna find their information and email them. And hopefully, like 3 or 4 of them send me something. That'd be really cool if they did. Hello, it is Jamie of the future, and I've been very offensive. Not like that. I've done a little bit of research and I figured out where these emails are coming from. I noticed all the emails these are coming from kind of follow the same formatting. Really sketchy name, @website that I can't find. And so like a reasonable person would just ignore these and think they're spam. But that's how the gamesir email looked when it came in. And I actually forwarded that email to their marketing team to confirm it was real. So there's a pretty good chance most of these are legitimate as well. So how did I track these emails back? Pretty simple. I didn't. Eventually one came in from a site called WotoHub, and I was able to go back to that website. So pretty much my data has ended up in quite a few databases for Chinese companies to find American influencers. Which, that's fine. I just kind of wish they didn't send out as many emails as possible. Maybe they look at my profile first before they hit me up. That would be nice. Are these brands? Are these dudes on Tinder? I don't know, but Opopop just sent me a rose because they really want me to hurry the fuck up and post this video. Anyways, all of this research was actually useless because there's no way for me to reach out to those companies. So that was cool. I did, however, manage to find an American version, which is, I think, how Opopop found me. So I reached out to like 100 brands.
Why do I want to work on their campaign? Hello, most of my audience wears clothes, and so far I have in every video. I don't know if that's true.
And none of them got back to me. I don't know, I didn't really expect them all to respond to me, but I did kind of think that at least one would respond, even if they said no. But they didn't. So what do I do now? Nothing, because I don't know why the emails started coming back in. I didn't do anything, I didn't say anything, it just fixed itself. Although all of them are ignoring me, which, I don't know, that feels pretty rude. I also got some pretty interesting offers to, how do I put this? To promote Japanese-themed adult devices in a very particular art style. So obviously I said yes to that, but I think I'm just gonna keep those for me. But I have managed to secure enough items that I think I can finish this video. How did I do this? Well, I simply just became open to a more diverse range of opportunities. I lowered my standards. But look, these companies had faith in me, so we should have faith in them. Although they probably shouldn't have had faith in me, so it's not looking good for them. Cooker King? I hardly know her, but thanks for calling me King. Cooker King sent me their 5-quart stainless steel pot. It has a nice non-stick coating and handles. I don't know why they sent this to me. I asked them what I should cook to show off its abilities, and they told me pasta, so clearly they don't believe in me. And it costs $60. Is that a good price? I have no idea. I know shockingly little about this pot, and there's a lot of information on their product page. I don't know what any of it means, but maybe I can act like I do. Wow, that's a cool feature. Whoa, I always wanted it to do that. I think I'm just gonna try to make some soup, and we'll see how it goes. You know what they say, when life sends you a pot, make some frickin' broccoli cheddar. I actually used to work in a restaurant, so I know a thing or two about making soup. Now, we didn't actually serve broccoli cheddar. It was more of a seafood restaurant. And also, all of our soups arrived pre-made, so. God damn. Hey, you wanna see a cool editing trick? Where'd the mess go? Oh, you said no? I can't really just like put it back. We're doing about half the onions here. I might have done a little more than half. It also said I should finely chop them. Finely chopped onion? I'd say so. Someone just clicked away after that, and that hurts. Come here often? Rock it down. Yeah, me neither. Well, that's doing its thing. We gotta evaporate some milk. I have no idea what evaporated milk is. If somebody could tell me, that'd be pretty sick. But it says shake well on the top. So I'm just gonna put these in my pockets and do a wall twerk real quick. No. Oh, I didn't eat a raw onion this time. Oh. I found some. Giving it a good stir. Letting these guys get to know each other. Not misogynist. Just scientifically proven that all broccoli and onion are boys. Got our evaporated milk. Still in its liquid form though. Not sure what the deal is there. Actually, chicken bouillon is a girl, so my bad. And then remove from the heat. Welcome to the party, fellas. Okay, I'm gonna keep this on the heat. I know it said not to, but we need that cheese to melt. Holy shit, that actually bangs. Wow. Honestly, I'm thoroughly surprised my grandma's war ration cookbook actually had a good recipe. I completely thought this would be ass. While that all melts, I gotta say, I'm thoroughly surprised. Uh-oh. Okay, I think I messed up the appearance a bit because I probably wasn't supposed to return it to heat with milk and sour cream in it. That's probably... Yeah, it tastes good. I definitely accidentally curdled it. It's way more watery all of a sudden. That's my bad. Y'all, I spent the last 2 hours making that soup, and I ruined it in the last 40 seconds. I was so focused on melting the cheese, I forgot that I had milk and sour cream in there, and it just escaped my brain that if you bring those to a boil, they can and will curdle. So like, it still tastes pretty good, but it was so creamy and smooth, and I was focused that the color was off. I like the pot. I forgot to mention this because I was so distraught over messing up my soup, but it's a nice pot. Quality-wise, I'll give it a gold star and a half. Everything feels high quality and it seems good. I think the question for these types of things is like, how long do they last? There's no way for me to test that. Oh, at least not now. Price-wise, I'm a little torn because straight up, 60 bucks, I feel like that's not a good deal. That's kind of pricey. But then like the other day, it was like 75 bucks for a whole bundle. So I'm going to say if you get this as part of a bundle deal, it's a good deal. So I'm going to rate it a Fortnite Battle Pass. Thank you for your service. Also, while I'm at it, the tripod's really good as well. For like a 30-buck tripod, this is exactly what you want from that. It's durable enough, it's not going to break on you, and it does like this thing, which is actually really helpful if you ever film like short form videos. Mine now doesn't really do that, and it's the only thing I hate. So yeah, if you need like an introductory level tripod that's not going to break on you in a month, this is actually a good deal. Honestly, I thought I probably wouldn't use this much. I'll probably use it a good amount. That nonsense aside, we've got a few more things to review. Have you ever seen a YouTuber rip a plug for mouthwash? You have now. Carefor sent me their portable mouthwash packets and teeth whitening kit. I guess they think my teeth are yellow and my breath stinks. That's awesome. Well, joke's on them. I'm gonna get them back by giving them free advertisement. Suck it. They also offered me a women's shapewear shirt from one of their other brands. I don't really know how they went from mouthwash to women's clothing, but it's probably fair to say that their judgment's a little off because they still sent it to me. I don't know. To their credit, everything seems fairly priced. Some might describe it as things I could have easily afforded without risking my credibility, but who knows. Look, they sent it to me, so let's try it out. Yeah, so they sent me mouthwash. I've never seen mouthwash come in a box before, so that's how I know this is innovative. They sent me a teeth whitening kit and these shirts, which they're made for women. And it says, shaping confidence starts here. So if you excuse me, I'm going to slip into something a little bit nicer. Howdy, boys. Oh, when they said they were going to send me this shirt, I told them I'd just hold it up. This is me holding it up. But my real plan all along was to wear it. Look at the shape. It's called sex appeal. Don't know what to tell you. That being said, where I'm over-delivering for this, I'm under-delivering for the tooth whitening stuff. I don't know. All the reviews are positive. All of like the scientific studies say it's safe. Like tooth whitening as a whole, not just this. I've just had some pretty bad teeth problem in my days. And I kind of just don't want to tempt fate. My insurance isn't good enough for me to really start messing around with my teeth right now. In a better economy, who knows? So let's see what these Amazon people have to say about it.
Teeth white, little teeth white, teeth white, teeth white, teeth white.
Wow. Now that's real reviewing. But I will review this. I feel like this is just a really weird way to package it. Like in an x-ray, I feel like this kind of looks like a bomb. I'm really on board with the concept of like a little tube of mouthwash like this. I actually use a lot of mouthwash. You know, I'm a good dental boy. Also, my girlfriend has celiac disease and I like gluten a lot. So I think we'll have to dirty up the teeth a little bit and see if this works. Looking good. All right, before. Shout out the pot coming in clutch again. How'd it do? That's not too bad. I can still feel it like in my molars though. It's also not a super minty taste. It's like a hint of mint more than like mint blast. I don't know, it's mouthwash. I think I'm on board with it. Seems like it did a good enough job. And yeah, I don't really think I can milk mouthwash for content much longer. God, I really wish there was a good transition to help me out right now. I'll take it from here, moron. I hate that guy. I just want to reiterate, I was sent all of these products for free, but I did give you my genuine opinions on all of them. Hopefully you can take my word on that. Oh, you can't see me right now? Sorry, I was just trying to be transparent. Yeah, I really just thought this would be a fun concept. I thought I would get way different items than I did, and I was kind of holding out for some of those items, but every time I had a discussion with somebody who I thought was going to send me something kind of cool, it didn't really pan out. So shout out to all of these companies for either actually sending me something or having the oversight to accidentally send me something. Either way, all of their links are going to be in the description because they sent me the thing. Also, shout out to these people on screen. These are my patrons and they help support me making videos. If you too want to join, you can head to patreon.com/JamieRegan or click the link in the description. Okay, bye-bye.